so now we're going to go over the list of the golf swing fundamentals a little bit. I broke it down into 4 parts: the grip, the body posture and stance, the back swing and downswing, and then the follow through. Because that's one of the areas that I think is often overlooked, but it's very important to the success of your golf swing. So the grip is pretty simple. I like to tell people to stand up, let your arms kind of hang loosely at your sides, and look at your feet. And if you notice how your arms naturally are angled a little bit. So, you know, if you kind of stand up here like this, you know your arms are kind of angled a little bit. Here they're not flat, straight out. They're just kind of nice and smooth there. And you want to gently bring your top or lead hand, so if you're right-handed, it's your left hand, it's your top hand, to the club, and hold it lightly in place with your thumb pointing down. You should still see kind of your index finger and your middle finger knuckles, but you want to grip it like this here. And I'll come in a little bit closer so the camera can see. Hopefully you can see that. But you kind of want to just grab it, leading. Your thumb and your index finger are going to make a V shape, and that V shape should kind of point over to your right shoulder. If you're right-hand golfer, right shoulder. So you're going to kind of just stand there, grip it almost, you know. You're going to place it in the palm, just kind of cover your palm, and then make that little V shape with your hand. And so like I said, if you know you're doing it correctly, you can still see your index and the top of your middle finger knuckle. So that's the first part of the grip. The second part of the grip, and what I'm teaching here is called the Varden grip. That's our famous golfer, Henry Varden. And it's the most popular and common golf grip. It's called the Varden grip or overlapping grip. You achieve it by fitting your pinky finger of your trailing hand. This is your trailing hand. Your right hand, if you're a right-hand golfer, between the index finger and the middle finger of your lead hand. And so what you're going to do is just overlap it. So you're going to just lay it over. And you're going to grab the golf club with your fingers in the palm here, or on the shaft of the club. This would be the shaft of your club. Your fingers are just going to wrap around it, overlap in between there. Hope you can see that. Overlap in between there, and then you're just going to kind of close the grip. And so your right hand is also going to make a V shape that's going to point to your right arm as well. So there you go there. Now, the perfect grip is key to improving your swing. A correct grip will help you impact the ball solidly on the cup face. And I tell people, when they start learning to play golf, they just want to get up there and start swinging and swinging. But it's really the fundamentals, because they set you up for a good golf swing. And so if you get your grip correctly, remember, just overlap, kind of just correct, or just over there, wrap it in the fingers there. And that's going to get you started, because by holding the club, you're going to be able to control the golf club any way you want. Your hands are going to be able to release the club, which means, and when we say release, I mean turn over. And so that'll help with that. And so that's the grip there. And as you can see up on your presentation slides that I'll report, there's a big picture there of the grip. And you probably can't see it right now because I have it angled so I can get the full body picture. But on your presentation notes, you will see the overlapping or Varden grip, big pictures that shows you what to do there. The next area is stance and posture. Like the grip, these are 2 key fundamental areas. The first is alignment. And what I like to tell people is pretend there's 2 railroad tracks. Your legs are on the outside, your golf ball is on the inside track. And it's running parallel or right in line with the hole. So if the fairway kind of just goes straight off to the left, you want to position your body where you make a nice line. Your body's straight here, the ball's straight. You don't want to be crooked and have your ball positioned here and your body turned sideways, or you don't want to be positioned like this. You want to have a nice square position with the hole. Your feet should be shoulder width apart, distributed over the balls of your feet. So you don't want to lean too far over, and you don't want to lean too far back. You won't be able to stay balanced. You want to stay nice, have a nice athletic position. Your feet shoulder width apart. Got your grip. And just nice flex in the knees. That's the next part, the posture. You want to have a nice flex in the knees. You don't want to slouch. You don't want to just slouch over the ball. You want to have a nice posture, athletic position, slight bend in the knees. And at this point, you're probably going to be gripping the club like it's, like a death grip, like you're trying to choke it. But one thing I like to tell people as a tip is hold the club as if you're holding a baby bird. And you don't want to hold it too tight where where it gets hurt, but you don't want to, do it so much where it can't move around. And so you kind of want to just keep it nice but firm. You don't want to let go of the club, but you want to keep a nice, firm handle on the club so that you can properly hinge your wrist. When I say hinge, you cock them like that. You want to be able to hinge your wrist and just make a nice, fluid motion. And your posture will help you that. Your alignment, your athletic position, shoulders squared, knees slightly bent. You don't want to be slouching. And you got your nice, firm but loose grip. That way, this lets you, lets you do the takeaway and start the swing. Most often, when things go wrong on the golf course, you're going to want to critique your swing. You're going to want to change your swing. You shouldn't. You should go back to the fundamentals. Make sure you're aligned properly. Because if you're not aligned properly and you try to swing, your mind, your eyes are going to be looking down at the hole, down at the flag, the pin. But your bodies can only swing on the plane it's on. And so if you're not properly aligned, it's going to go way off target. And so focus on the fundamentals. If things aren't going your way, don't tinker your swing. We do that later. Focus more on the grip and the stance. And as you can see here, I put a big picture of the correct stance. You don't want to do that. His feet are all over the place, and he's just slouching. Second position, shoulder width apart, nice bend in the knees. His grip looks superb, and so you definitely want to look like this picture on the right here. And this is kind of my motto I made up. Right grip plus right stance equals a great swing. It's not what, it is about what happens on the backswing and the downswing, but you won't be able to have the right swing if your grip and your stance are wrong. So keep that in mind. And then I try to keep it simple with the swing. I am of the firm believer that the swing can be done in two parts. And don't think about anything else. Keep it simple. And it's called the two-part mechanics. And it's just one, the backswing, and then two, the downswing and follow-through. The follow-through is kind of like an extra part of my two, but I do have it separated out because it is very important. On the backswing, you want to make sure that your forearm and the shaft of the club make an L shape. And as you see, as you come back, you get a nice L shape. I want to just, as I'm going backwards, I want to make sure that my weight starts to shift to the right, because we call that loading. I want to load up. You can see the nice L shape. Keep the arm bent. Keep your eyes down, eyes on the ball. And that's the perfect downswing. You'll get more flexible. Don't worry right now. You may not be able to move very far, but that's okay. Don't try to accommodate it for now. Just work on it. The more you use your golf muscles, the more flexible you'll become. And so again, you just want a nice firm grip, feet shoulder width apart, flex knees, and just make that L shape. Shift the legs, make that L shape. The downswing, you want to release your L. So all that torque, all that power that's loading up there, you want to just release it. You want to let it go. And the way you do that is you start to shift your feet, because you load up, what means we load up on that right leg, and you want to just shift that weight back down. And one key that I think is important is to feel the sensation of dropping your elbow down to your hip. Drop that elbow down to the hip. And so you come up here, make the L shape, and then as I start to move my weight back this way, I'll exaggerate a little bit. As I start to move my weight back this way, you want to drop that elbow. Drop that elbow. Make sure you stay square. Keep your body in line. But just drop that elbow, turn your hips, and just release. You just want to release. So you just drop that elbow and release down to the club head. Your wrists are going to be naturally rotating around, and that'll help you release the ball. As you can see here, big picture here of just all the fundamentals of the swing. You can see he's building up all that torque as he comes back, as he's making that L shape. His club face is staying open, his shaft is parallel, and then it cocks, makes that L shape. And then as he comes through, you can see he's just completely, all that power that's stored up there, completely just releasing it and going on through. And like I put this here, it's called Feel the Beat. It's kind of something that I like and personal, and I do a lot of the people I teach golf. As you're starting out, your natural tendency is to go swing real fast. You don't want to do that. You want to count 1 1,000, and you should be done. 1 1,000, and then 2 1,000. So 1 1,000, 2 1,000, and release. So remember, posture, L shape, drop that elbow, turn the hips open, and just release. 1 1,000, 2 1,000 to release. And the follow through going to end up, it's extremely important, but it's often overlooked. You want to make sure you get good extension as you're coming through, good extension, because your weight's going to be coming forward, so you want to have good extension of the arms. Rotation of the arms, so you don't want to end up open like that. You want to make sure you turn and just finish over the shoulder. It should be, everybody's golf swing is going to look different, so it should be important to point that out. But these fundamentals will help you as you develop your own style of golf. Because everybody has to start basic with the grip and the stance. And the takeaway fundamentals, as I said, the L shape, drop the elbow, release the hips, and then the follow through, just make sure you extend the arms, finish over the shoulder, get a good full body turn. Those are all key no matter how you swing the club. Those are all key to a good golf swing. And then just so to review real quick, as I mentioned, relax, have fun on the golf course. I definitely recommend taking a lesson with a pro. Each golf course will usually have a club pro or someone that that gives lessons out. Highly recommend it. They'll also help you delve more into the terminology of golf and just get more comfortable, because you won't be able to play your best golf until you start becoming comfortable. And just remember, nice and easy takeaway, make that L shape on your downswing, drop that elbow to your waist. I feel like that sensation is the best because it helps you release those hips, and then follow through, because that's where the club finishes getting its power. All that power you just fully released out, finish over the shoulder, and so if you follow those steps, I think you're on your way to having a very solid and great golf swing. And so I just want to thank you all for coming out. I know it was quick and kind of threw a lot of stuff out there at you, but as I mentioned, golf can be fun. It's great fun. It's one of the best games in the world, and I think you're well on your way to having your perfect time on the golf course. Thank you.